Welcome to another lecture on research by MyPhysio. In this, we are going to focus on nature of the research. But before moving to that, I just wanted to quote the lines given by Albert. He tells that research is to see what everybody else has seen and to think what nobody has thought. So it's replicable for the critical thinking. So one must have the critical thinking for doing the research. Now when somebody utters the word research, then to each person the word research conjures up a different picture. One might think of searching the internet or going to the library. Another might visualize a lab filled with the test tubes and vials and perhaps little white rats. So therefore, to begin with the research component, one must have a common understanding. So to clarify it, the today's lecture's objective is to brief about the natural characteristic about the research and methods of problem solving, and this I will be explain you through the practical example. About the nature of the research, the object of the research is to determine how things are as compared to how they might be, and to achieve this, research implies a careful, systematic means of solving a problem and involves of 5 characteristics. It was given by Tuckman in 1978. So, but the basic 5 characteristics are: first is systematic, second is logical, third is empirical, fourth is reductive, and fifth is replicable. Now first, what is systematic? From identification of the problem to labeling the variables and appropriate research design to find the relationship among the variables. The next is data collection according to variable, and lastly evaluation of problem based on the hypothesis. So from the problem to this research, they should be in a systematic manner. Second is logical. Logical obviously meaning examination of procedures which allows the researcher to evaluate the drawn conclusion. Third is empirical. Empirical meaning researcher collect the data on which to base the decision. Fourth is reductive. The researcher takes individual data and use them to establish the general relationships. Fifth is replicable. It should be recorded, enable others to test the findings, and even to build a future research on the previous results. So regarding the problem might be from the many sources, and if it is resolved, then it definitely can improve the practice, and if it is not resolved, then it will be remain like a controversial issues. So this whole nature of and the characteristic I will explain you through this example. I have taken over here example of applied research, and for that the popular topic in the physical therapy, which is concerned that obesity and the method of losing the weight. If suppose we want to investigate this issue by comparing the effectiveness of 2 exercise program in reducing the fat. For this, my main research question should be which program is more effective in reducing the fat. So I must have the basic understanding about the various programs which are responsible for reducing the fat and even the obesity. Specifically, I have taken the 2 exercise regime. One is aerobic dances and second is jogging, which are popular among the young individual. Now I will pull the data from the participants And these participants I will be searched in the various health clubs like gym, recreational center in the park where people are doing this. And if I get these samples, then I'll collect all and I will distribute randomly in the three different groups. One group having aerobic dances, one group having jogging, and one group for the control group. Now over here, control group meaning the person who are not at all doing any exercises. Now for this, the for aerobic dances classes and the jogging classes are 1 hour long and are held 5 times a week for a 10 weeks. And to reduce this bias, the same enthusiastic and experienced instructor teaches both the class. And our measure of the fatness is sum of skill fold measurement taken at the 8 body size. Of course, other measures are there like hydrostatic weighing which is more reliable, but as a functional unit I have taken over here, and this is just an example. Now all the participants will be measured at the beginning and at the end of the 10th week. Next is data analysis. So after collecting the data, one must have to determine the significance. So it will be in form of mean score of each group, and for this, suppose the mean score of the groups for aerobic dances is minus 22 mm, for the jogging minus 28 mm, and for the control group it is plus 10 mm. Now from this you can consider that there is a reduction in aerobic dance classes and the jogging classes. But for the control group it is increased, the fat mass is increased. And all this like measurements are the average changes in the combined skin fold thickness. Now next is to show the results I must have the statistical significance, and for that I have taken over here as an F ratio for the analysis of the variance among the three groups. Now as a result it shows that both exercise group are significantly different from the control group. But while taking the F ratio, it shows that no significance was found between the aerobic dances and the jogging group. So as a conclusion, aerobic dance and jogging are effective in bringing about the loss in fatness of overweight people over a 10. I reach from research question to sampling, then methodology, then outcome measure, then data analysis, and then the results, and lastly I have drawn the conclusion. So this is all you have to do while doing your research, and this includes this 5 basic characteristics about the research: that's systematic, logical, empirical, reductive, and replicable. If you have any questions regarding this, then do write in the comment section. Thank you for watching. Like, share and subscribe to my channel. Stay home, stay safe.